So the story goes, I was playing through a Zeppelin song that I actually haven't taught in full on this channel. I've touched on it, but I haven't taught it in full. And I was playing through one of Jimmy's licks and I thought, that lick is a beast. I need to learn it. And I'm going to nick it and explain it to people and then show them how to make it their own, if that makes sense. This is the lick. I'm not telling you where it came from. You have to figure it out and let me know in the comments below. But come on, it's easy. Slowly. I like this lick a lot, and I want to show you a cool little trick in the way that you can think about it and use it in your own improvs, because that's fine. We read books, we learn new words, we use them in our own sentences. It's the same with music. Just don't tell Jimmy, because he'll have you in court. But basically, this lick is in the A pentatonic major scale. So this is the first scale shape I'm thinking of. Here's the first part of that phrase. So we open with this whole tone bend on the 4th fret of the G, and then make our way up to the 2nd fret of the high E. Pull off 5 on the B to 2, and then you're going to pull off 4 to 2 on the G. Come down to the 4th fret of the D, and then flat roll the 3rd finger to the 4th fret of the G and pull that off again to the 2nd fret. It's okay if you get that kind of like bleed and spill there, because at speed, you're not going to hear it. But slow, it's fine. Little noises like that. It's because we're stopping in a weird place, right? We are going to carry on. Next part goes like this. So, 4th fret of the D, straight back up to that 2nd fret on the G, and then pull off the 4 on the D to the 2, 4 on the A. Together you've got this so far. Already, we are cooking on a high heat. Next little part goes like this. So, 2nd fret of the D, hammer on, pull off, 2, 4, 2, down to the 4th fret of the A, and then the open A. So that's our root note, but in open position. And it's good to know that, because if you're playing pentatonic major scale in a different key, let's say we are playing up here in B, it's nice to be able to slide back from that major second in a different area of the fretboard, because, like I said, slide, you can't slide from the 4th fret of the A string to the 7th fret of the E, because it's a different string. You can, it would sound like this. And that isn't good enough. Not in my house. All together. It's fast. It's ferocious. It's fiddly. It's Jimmy Page. Now, how can we use this outside of the song, the mystery song, the one that you were supposed to let me know in the comment section below? I've forgotten. I haven't, I'm just being a pain in your ass. But it's entertaining. So we did the first thing right. We figured out what key it was in. A pentatonic major. Well, A major, but we were using the A pentatonic major scale. So if we move that up to B, we can now play the same lick, right? I've had to come down to the 2nd fret there for the B note, because we can't use the open string. Or I could use the 7th fret of the low E. But I don't want to do that, because it's horrible. But that's why it's important to know the notes on your fretboard, so that you can make different, efficient choices. Now, to some of you, this next part might be a bit like, I'm not too hot with my scales, so it's gone over my head. But I'm sure to a lot of you, it will be common knowledge, pretty straightforward. Let's go back to A for a second. Pentatonic major scale. It's got a root note, major second, major third, perfect fifth, major sixth, and then your octave. Doesn't have a perfect fourth or a major seventh. Now that scale shape, that skeleton, if we started from the second fret of the low E string, the F sharp, so that's now the F sharp pentatonic minor scale. It's the exact same notes as the A pentatonic major scale, but we've started one note before the A on the F sharp. It's your major and your relative minor. So that lick will work if you were in F sharp minor or A major. But what I like to do, just to kind of remind myself of what I'm thinking of, is change the root. So I'm now going to change that last note to F sharp. And if I move that up and down the fretboard, A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor. Running out of speed. But hopefully you get the point. And I'm playing it way faster than it is in the track. But since I've started playing around with it, it's inspired me to create different runs, and I can apply that new pattern that I wasn't too familiar with. I don't always do flat third finger rolls. I tend to use my pinky, but it's kind of like doing away with that habit, and I'm getting a little bit more speed and fluidity, which is cool. But I could take that over different positions of the pentatonic major or minor scale, same shapes. And I can create cool little licks. There we go. It's quite a cool lick, that, and I don't think that would have just come out naturally if I hadn't have isolated something from a song that I really enjoyed, figured out what key I was in, and then kind of moved it around and experimented. It's made me better. I've got a new lick to add to my arsenal so that I don't get bored with the sound of my own playing. But yeah, I hope it all made sense. You enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, the bell next to it, so that we can do this again sometime soon. And also, if you want the tabs, PDF or the guitar profile, you can get that on the Patreon. The Patreon! My Patreon. But I don't own Patreon. You can get it on my page on Patreon. Help support the channel. There'll be some scale diagrams on there, some annotations, some crap jokes. You know the score. But yeah, it's been fun. And for those of you that are smart enough to figure out where that came from, well, you can probably guess what's in the pipeline, can't you? And it's a manageable one, and it's fun. Right, I'm going to play us out with one chord. If you guess the chord, I owe you a tenner. None of you got that. Keeping that tenner safe in my wallet. I'll see you soon.